Hey everybody, what's up? It's me. I'm back. Your one and only famous author, Erica Ruiz, and family community activist. So you guys, I've been really just like debating on doing this video and just procrastinating. But the more I keep getting inboxes and messages and comments on how they want to hear my story, women want to hear my story, one of my stories, because I have a few, and I think we all do. So I'm not that important. I am, but so are you. And one of the reasons also I was hesitating on making this video is because, I hesitate. Do I really want to throw my dirty laundry out there or do I not? Another thing is I do have people from the other side, if you know what I mean, that continue to come and check to see what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, and so forth. So if this video is not for you, please keep scrolling. I'm just so hesitating. Another reason why I've been debating is because I don't consider myself being a victim anymore. I consider myself being a fucking warrior and overcomer and somebody that has finally won her battle. So I don't like to come on here on social media and make anybody feel bad for me. Because you know what? At the end of the day, I am that fucking badass. I have to say it because I lived it and I can say it. And I've overcome a lot of shit in my life, okay? Things, challenges, and yeah, shit. Things that I really didn't have to go through, but I went through them. For whatever reason, I had to. One of my domestic violence advocate told me one time, a lot of times women that have been mistreated, battered, or abused will usually attract another abuser. And her description was like, these men or women, okay, because it works both ways, they will literally smell a broken heart from distance and say, this one is the easy catch. So that's another reason why I'm very careful on what I say and what I put out there. But again, I want to really make this video for those women that have gone through it and that know about it, because unless you've been through it, then you really understand what I'm talking about. If you have not been through it and you're one of those people that just says, well, you should have just moved on, it doesn't work like that. If it was that easy, a lot of women would have done it. And a lot of women that have actually been have had their lives taken away, really, would have been able to do it easily. But it's not that easy. Literally, your mind changes when you've been in a really bad environment. Now, for the record, I want to avoid using narcissism, toxic relationship, abusive relationship. I really want to try and avoid those words because they're so common. And this experience that I went through, another thing I want to mention is a disclaimer. My disclaimer is that I choose not to put anybody on blast. This is not to make the other person look bad, because at the end of the day, that person chose to be that way for whatever reason they chose to, and it wasn't always bad. It wasn't always like that. I have mixed thoughts of understanding why that happens so often, and I didn't even realize that I was suffering in silence. I just thought that it was a normal life that I was living, and I had to take it because I just had to. Another reason is because I wanted to make sure that I saved my relationship, my family, and keep everybody united. But that didn't work out either. So let me rewind a little bit, because when I talk about this topic, you guys, my mind goes a little bit everywhere. As you can see, I lose vision focus, I lose mental clarity. But I'm not going to talk too much about the abuse, because I'm currently writing a book about it. And if you want to know details about it, you're going to have to purchase my book. And that book is still in process because it's so deep. It's so deep. But what I do want to talk about a little bit more is about the side effects of a nervous breakdown when suffering from being abandoned, mistreated, verbally abused, manipulated, physically abused, and did I miss anything? And literally having someone just confuse the fuck out of you. I don't know if that's part of manipulation, but whatever it is, take it whatever it is. like I said, only those people that have gone through it will really understand. And so I'm gonna go back a little bit to where the abuse, no, I'm not gonna say the abuse, it was many years. I don't even want to put out the number, but it was more than 15-20 years. But like I said, it wasn't always that bad. It just got worse. As time passed, things got worse. And this was even after going to therapy, seeking help, talking to people that I thought loved me, and it just didn't work. It just did not work, you guys. Then finally, when I chose to leave that relationship, wow, things got worse, like really bad, like torturous worse. Now again, I'm not gonna go into details on the abuse because it's just too drastic for me to even think about right now. And even if I wanted to tell you everything, I wouldn't be able to tell you everything in one video, you guys. It's like way too much. But like I said, I'm writing a book on it. If you guys really want to know details on that, you guys can buy the book when I release it sometime this year. I don't have a release date right now, but I do want to go back into my symptoms of the nervous breakdown. So after so much torture, after so much manipulation and brain fucking, my brain, my body could not handle it anymore. I thought that I could handle it because I said, I can handle this. I was able to handle so many other things, right? In life. So then I said, I can continue handling this. Oh my God, it'll be over soon. And guess what? It wasn't. It wasn't. That thing went on for years and years, you guys. So finally in September of 2019, my body collapsed. Literally, I was doing a session. I was doing a body session for somebody because I do body contouring and facials with radio frequency, you guys. And I was working on that person and literally I just dropped. Like I dropped right on top of the person and I was like, oh my God, I can't handle this. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm so weak. I feel so dizzy right now and I don't know what to do, you know? And I felt so like dehydrated. My heart was racing so fast and I just couldn't get up. And I was like, I am so freaking sorry. I can give you your money back. I just don't feel good. And then I remember I just started crying and crying and crying like nonstop. And then luckily this person was a client already. I already knew this person. And so they were actually very kind about it, you know, and they were like, Erica, what's wrong? You know, like what's going on? Is it, you know, like what happened to you? You know, what do you think it is? And I just couldn't figure it out at the time. I thought that me sleeping it off, resting it off, that I was going to be fine again. But the next day, you guys, I wasn't well. And then the following week, I wasn't well. And when I would get in my car, I could literally feel like super dizzy, like lightheaded. Then my vision went straight down. Like I was not able to look at anybody straight like this, and I was not able to drive straight, you guys. Like I could feel I was driving like a drunk. And that's when my symptoms started getting really bad. Like I started noticing like, oh my God, I'm driving and I can't drive. My voice started getting like really like, como que I started feeling like it was really shutting down, you know, because of all the tension and the stress that I carried on my chest, you guys. My upper part of my, I forgot the name of this, my shoulders got so super tight, like a rock, that literally, you guys, I would go get massages and I could not feel anything. I could not feel their hands. And I would get so frustrated because I was like, oh my God, I need release. I don't know what to do. And then I started like hating myself because it was so bad, you guys. I didn't know what to do anymore. And then on top of that, I felt like I couldn't tell anybody, you know, like nobody would understand me. Nobody would hear me out. Like who would believe that? You know, who would even care to even want to know like what I was going through, you know? So I felt like I couldn't tell anybody. I tried telling a few people, but even then, you know, they would tell me like, oh, you're going to be fine. You're going to get better. But I didn't get better, you guys. I got worse. My immune system, my body, my brain started declining super fast. Eventually I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't drive. I couldn't use the restroom. I couldn't take care of myself anymore. I couldn't work.